Hello guys, welcome to this channel. Uh, I am Nitin and this is the first video of this channel, and in today's video I am going to explain you the crisp crisp summary of the book U Square by Price Pitchett. So one by one we will go through each point in a very short form so that you don't need to study the entire book, and you get the main underlying thing about the book, the main idea of the book. So let's begin. So I am Nitin and now I am starting the summary of the book U Square by Price Pitchett. So the first chapter of this book is named as Story. So the story is that there is a fly which is trapped in a room. So the fly wants to go out of the room. So the fly is trying to go through a glass window, but the glass cannot be recognized by the fly. So she is trying again and again to go through the glass, but he is failing one after the other. So even after high effort, he is she is failing to go out of the room. So there is another thing which the fly can do is she can go and fly through the door with a fraction of effort, because when he is trying to go through the glass, she has to put a lot of effort, but from the same from a very fraction of effort she can fly through using the door, and she can easily go outside the room in the outside world which she wanted to go, which was her goal. So what did she do? She didn't try another approach to solve this problem, and she keep trying and hitting the glass window, and she died until death while trying. So what is the gist of this story is, so the main moral of this story is trying harder may kill your chances of success. Every time working hard is not getting you closer to your goal. Sometimes trying harder may kill your success, kill your chances of success. So here begins the next chapter, the promise. What does the promise say? So in this chapter we are told that we can get exponential improvement, not a incremental improvement. We can gain exponential improvement. So we can go from u to u square, which means we can have high productivity through quantum leap. We can have higher level of achievement. We can have all those achievements with far less effort which we were putting before. We can gain our full potential. We can reach our fullest potential which we were not able to reach before. So this is the thing which u square is going to tell us, that we can gain in exponential improvement. We can grow from u to u square, and these are the things which we can easily obtain through this exponential improvement, or using this u square formula. We can be highly productive using quantum loop. We can become we can get high achievements using u square method. We can do all these things, we can achieve all these goals using far less effort, and we can easily reach our fullest potential. So the next chapter is quantum leap. In this chapter, what does a quantum leap means? It is explained in firstly. A quantum leap is a jump making from present to an entirely different condition where we have very high achievement and success with far less effort. A quantum leap, so basically quantum leap is nothing but where we have quantum leap is basically a jump from our present condition to an entirely new condition where we have high achievements and success. We have high achievement, success. We have a better and improved version of ourselves, and with far less effort. Means we have achieved all those things with very less effort which we had put it before in the in our goals. So basically what it is, when we move from current state to a new state in which we have high achievement and success with very less effort. So this is basically the concept of quantum leap. What is u square? 90% of people see gradual progress step by step. What does it mean? That about majority of people wanted and tried to gain things in a very slow process or incremental process or gradual process or step by step process. They wanted to gain success. For example, like our education system, we have pre classes, then we have first class, then we have second class, and so on up to till 12th. We have 12th, then after 12th we have graduation, then after graduation we have post graduation. So as you can see, this is a slow and incremental process, which is a step by step thing. So 90% of people use this method to achieve success, but in u square we are trying to do the exact opposite of that thing. What is u square tell us? U square tell us to explosive jump. And why do we do explosive jump? Because it increases our personal performance far beyond imagination. We can, by doing in u square, we are told that we have to change ourselves in a very explosive manner so that we can increase our personal performance far beyond imagination. So increased our personal performance far beyond imagination. What does quantum leap means? Quantum leap is a high velocity, do it fast. Means we have to make changes very quickly, we have to perform actions very quickly, we have to act before we think, act before thinking, we have to act before actually making a plan. We have to just jump into the action. This is high velocity, less effort, because in quantum leap we, as we have seen in the previous story, that we trying harder may kill your success. So now here we will not make very hard efforts. We will do hard work, but not as hard as before. So we will use less efforts. It will take us less time, and it will increase our performance. Means we will gain higher results in a very less time. So in simple, quantum leap, what does it mean? It's a simple, energy efficient and time saving way to increase our achievement, increase our productivity, and decrease, and only by using a very far less fraction of effort we can gain more achievements. Breakthrough demands you to leave some of your previous habits, some of your habits. So as you know that quantum leap is basically a very explosive jump. So how did you do it? You have to remove some of your previous habits which are very inbuilt in you. So if we can do that, we can easily quantum leap our situation, our scenarios, our goals. So basically this is we have to leave our old self. For example, we are consuming social media for a very long time, for a very almost 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours we are consuming social media. So what did it do? It does is that it causes brain fog, it causes mental disturbance in our body. So we have to leave that if we wanted to do quantum leap. So what, this is the next chapter, change your personal rules for success. So we have to change our thinking, because what does quantum leap does is exactly opposite of what we have done till now. We have to leave all that, leave old habits or ways in which lead to your personal achievement. And we have to leave our old habits or ways in which lead to our personal achievement, move away from common sense and try action that are unexpected, illogical, and contradictory to given situation. So sometimes we here in U square we are told to do things which might look away from common sense, or which are unexpected or illogical or contradictory to a given situation. So we have to do unexpected work, we have to do illogical work, we have to do contradictory work. It doesn't mean that it did not make sense, but it means that we have to shift from traditional to a specific new approach. We have to shift away ourselves from a traditional approach, which is a step by step approach, to a new approach, which is quantum leap. So we have to try new things, we have to take high risk high reward path, because until or unless we are ready to take risk, we cannot do quantum jump. Because if we have to skip some of the steps, we need to put more effort, means we need to take risk. Otherwise we will end up staying the place entire life, at the same place entire life. So we have to go from maintenance to a high achieving mindset. What is a maintenance mindset? For example, there is a guy who is just come into the market and thinking about getting a job. So what did he think? The very first thing in his mind, let's get a job. And what he will do is, he will think basically of minimum 10,000 20,000 per month, which is a very basic pay, and he through which he can easily survive, and he can easily make survival of his family also. So instead of going from survival to excellence, this is what mindset shift required to make a quantum leap. We have to go from survival to excellence or achieving mindset. We have to go from maintenance to high achieving mindset. What is the next chapter says? Quit trying harder. The entire this is the next chapter. Quit trying harder. Entirely new way, new thoughts and actions. Entirely new way and new thoughts and actions. Quit trying harder. Less and less effort, less and less result doesn't means you leave self discipline and persistence. So now we are explaining what does this chapter trying to say. So this is entirely new way, new thoughts and actions are required here. We have to quit trying harder, because trying harder doesn't always means better result. In a short span of time, it may seem to get some more result than previous one, but as we go on with this approach for a longer period of time, the growth in our achievements seems to be stagnant. So we have to quit trying harder. It doesn't mean we have to leave self discipline and persistence. We will be requiring those, but trying harder approach doesn't always lead to explosive results which we are trying to make. These will trying harder will make very small incremental gains, but in U square we are told to get exponential gains. So for exponential gain we have to quit trying harder. Ignore conventional ways. U square requires abrupt change in our behavior, because here in U square what are we trying to do? We are trying to maximize our gains, maximize our potential, maximize our productivity. So if we are here to maximize our productivity and maximize our achievements, maximize our goals, so that we can easily do more things in less time. So what can we do it with the same way, the way which we are doing things from the starting? No, we have to change our behavior. So U square requires abrupt change in our behavior. Do something new instead of doing what you have been doing the best. So basically we all are good at something. For example, I am good at speaking, or you may be good at academics, you may be good at sports. So what U square is telling you, you have to so every best thing has you have a best way of doing. For example, a footballer has two ways of kicking a ball, either through his left foot or his right foot. So footballer has one of his best, which gives him more result than the other. So now here we, for example, Ronaldo kicks best through his right foot. I am just saying an example. So if he has to maximize his gains, he has to use his left foot so that he can maximize his gains. So do something new. Instead of doing what you are doing the best, you have to do something new, try something new other than your conventional methods. Sometimes your best thing to do may be the wrong thing to do. For example, we are very good at speaking, but in some situations we are required to stay silent and calm. We do not have to speak in some situations. We have to stay calm and silent. So what we are doing is we are doing our best thing, we are speaking, but even if we are doing our best thing, the situation demands entirely different action. So doing something, sometimes doing your best thing to do may not be the wrong thing, may be the wrong thing to do. We have familiarity becomes a trap. And now let me explain this point. Familiarity becomes a trap because it keeps us stuck in a situation, and it shows us that we can get result in this way only. And if we just grow our perception, we easily see that there are more ways than that. So if we keep going through one if we keep going through one way of doing things, so we become familiar with that. But what does it do? We becomes unfamiliar with n number of ways. So if the situation demand another way of doing it, we become unfamiliar, and in those situations we easily got trapped or stuck, or we failed in those situations. So here in those situations the familiarity becomes a trap. What is quantum leap? Quantum leap is simple, precise, effective, less time consuming, fresh perspective. These are the things which are given by quantum leap to us. It is very simple, it is very precise, it is very effective, it takes very less time, and it requires a fresh perspective. Even if you are good at something and the situation requires new, so to quantum leap in the situation, you have to learn a new way, a new perspective, a new way of doing things. So think beyond what common sense would allow. So here what we are required is we have to push your mental boundaries. That is the one thing in this chapter we are going to study, is push your mental boundaries, because all the things which we are doing, seeing, watching, or performing, or gaining, or giving, either whatever actions which are performed by us in the outside world, those are first completed in our mind. So the idea came in our mind, then the idea is transformed into words, then words into communication, then through communication we get into action. So what is the root of an action? The root of an action is a thought. So what we have to do with the thought thing? We have to push your mental boundaries. We have to think in a different way, we have to think in a different manner, so that we can increase our results. Suspend disbelief. What does disbelief means? Not believing in our own ability. So if we are going to gain exponential result, we have to anyhow get our mind trained to leave the disbelief. Even if the situation is exactly opposite to us, we have to suspend it, we have to leave that thing. Act as if you knew your success is guaranteed. For example, we are familiar with one way of approach, and we are going through the other way of approach. So the other way of approach, we may fail in the first half of the process. We may fail easily because we are new to it, we are unfamiliar with it. So what we are doing is we can do it again, and we can get familiar with that way. So if the situation demands another way, we have to get to the another way of doing things. So we have to do the other thing with a mindset that our success is guaranteed. We have to, even if we are failing, even if the situation is clearly showing that we are failing, even if all the uh, uh, situation is against you, you have to act as like you know your success is guaranteed. We have to act in a way that we know that we are going to succeed even if we fail. We have to think in our mind that we are going to succeed anyhow, no matter 100%. We should believe in ourselves. Doubt your doubts and limits. So you should not doubt on your abilities, you should doubt your doubts and limits. Believe you are going to succeed anyway, no matter how hard the